Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Mayflower Council Spring Recruitment Kickoff for 2023. My name is Rob DeFazio. I am one of the membership and unit service executives with the Mayflower Council, your host tonight to guide you through all things spring recruitment 2023. I hope you're ready for a fun conversation tonight because we have a lot of things to share. And we're going to dive right in and actually get started by talking about what happened last year. Last year was a great year for membership here in the Mayflower Council. We added over 1,000 new scouts to our programs, mostly because of hard work from volunteers like you with things like Joint Scouting Day, which provided plenty of opportunities for our packs to grow. We had a great spring and fall recruitment program for Scouts BSA troops. We brought back our Sea Scout program with 2 ships that started back up, one in Plymouth and one in Weymouth. And we made a big change, as you know, to online applications, which makes it easier for Scouts to join and eliminated excessive processing times in getting applications done. And we're now 100% online with not only youth applications, but also adult applications as well. Throughout the year last year, we had 7 consecutive months of membership growth, which was great to see. And it was one of the firsts in the Mayflower Council since pre-COVID. So what's different for this year? Well, we took a lot of feedback that we got from volunteers, once again, just like you, and we're working on some things to continue to make this process a lot better and something that isn't so taxing. It is more fun for you to participate in. The first big change is we are giving more promotion and more notice for our recruitment programs, a la tonight. Here we are in January, and we're already talking about spring recruitment. We want to get this information out because technically spring recruitment for this year actually starts next month, even though it's the winter. Don't ask me how that all times out, but it's going to work out. We are also making workshops and resources available to help you be successful for these kinds of events. Participation in these workshops is going to be necessary to manage expectations and to ensure that we are recruiting effectively. We're putting a lot of effort into bringing out great programs, and there is an investment on the council's part. So we want to make sure we're doing this right and making it so that you're successful. Nobody wants to fail. The other thing is we want to put emphasis on helping units become more successful, again, in participating with recruitment. Unit-specific planning from the membership and unit service team is something that's new this year. You're going to be hearing from myself and my colleagues on the membership and unit service team throughout the year. We're going to be working with you individually because we're not just people at the council. We want to be your partner, and we want to partner to help make you successful. By partnering with you and doing unit-specific planning, we can accomplish a couple of things. First of all, and it's not in that particular order on the screen, but it can assist us with understanding what your challenges are. Every unit is different. So there may be some similarities with challenges, but at the same time, your challenges are unique to you. And we want to understand that a little bit better to help you overcome them. At the same time, it does allow us to understand the specific needs of a unit. And I'll get into this in a couple of minutes. But for example, on a cub level, some cub packs have a need where they need to build their wolf den, and some cub packs are looking to get kindergartners into the program. So we want to understand unit by unit so that we can help build a plan together that is going to be successful. So you'll be hearing from membership and unit service team people throughout the year because we want to help guide you through this whole process. And also the other thing that's different too, it's actually not different or new, but we still are coming up with some unique incentives and obviously are providing you with the swag materials you need to be able to get your membership events out there and going. Speaking of 2023, flip your calendar and mark your calendar now. Saturday, September 9th, 2023 is Joint Scouting Day for 2023. We will be doing a lot of planning in the spring and a lot of presentations throughout the summer to prep you for the fall so that you can be successful. But mark your calendar right now because that is coming up quick. It's hard to believe that we just finished last September. We're already talking about next September. But there's some other things that go on between now and then, and I want to talk to you about them for just a minute. One of the things that we found was successful last year for a lot of units were community events. And we started as a council working on a community event database. We want to know on the council level about the things that are happening in your community, even if your unit doesn't participate in them. We want to make sure we're aware of them because they can be solutions, for example, on a council level, for us to be able to participate. We did a bunch of trunk or treats last year. If you know about those events, scan that QR code with your cell phone. It'll bring you to a form. And that form will allow you to be able to enter in information about the community events, such as annual events. Like I know Norwood Day is an annual thing. Farmers markets. Most of our communities have farmers markets, and a lot of farmers markets do allow our packs and troops to be able to exhibit and promote ourselves as part of their events. We want to know about your school PTA and PTO events because those can be equally important when it comes to recruitment. If your town is celebrating something special, it's a special anniversary this year, let us know about it. And of course, we do want to know about those events that your unit does participate in. So please let us know about that. Scan that QR code and we'll collaborate that database. And that database is also available on the other end. If you are looking for more insight, maybe you're new to your community, maybe you are looking for something different within the school district, please feel free to put that information in there and we will be glad to share it amongst everybody within the council footprint. So moving on to our next slide here. As you know, the membership and unit service team, we've been able to provide your unit with a lot of things, especially around Joint Scouting Day, but we want to make sure you know what's available. We can provide your unit with flyers and posters that you can print. We do have buddy cards because peer-to-peer recruitment is one of the most popular ways units are recruiting right now. We have parent guides. The parent guides are a great way to inform the parents about what scouting is and allows them to learn more about the council and about what their child is entering into. For promotional purposes, when you're doing an event, we do have available for you to borrow things like Giant Jenga. We also do have Giant Connect 4. We have Lego Pinewood Derby kits. So kids who come while you're talking to mom or dad, the kids can be there making a Pinewood Derby car, and then you set up your track and you can have a little race. That was really successful for a lot of our Joint Scouting Day packs throughout last year. So we do have those available for you to use. And we also do have branded Easy Up 10 by 10 tents. Those last 3 or 4 items are available on loan from the council. And you do need to contact myself or somebody on our team to be able to get those materials. So you'll get my email address at the end. But the other thing we do want to let you know is if you are planning a community event, maybe you're planning an event this spring that's not within what we're working on for spring recruitment. Maybe you're doing a community event. Maybe it's Saturday in the Park Day. You can scan that QR code and let us know about your event and also ask for these materials right on that form. We're trying to make it easier for you to let us know about these events. The one thing we do ask when it comes to community events, when possible, if you can give us about a 2-week window, that way there, we're not caught with doing this the day before. We have other, we want to make sure we have everything all set up for you and can get it to you in a timely manner. So with that being said, let's talk about spring recruitment a little bit. And oh, there's the QR code right there. Let's move on to our next slide, though. I'll give you a second if you want to scan that. That QR code, again, is if your pack, troop, or crew or ship is doing something in the community and you need some of these materials. We'd love to know about the events so that we can get you those materials. Scan that QR code. And all these QR codes, by the way, will be available in the recording. Also, you can just email us and we can send that out to you as well. Let's jump into spring recruitment and give you an overview. This year's spring recruitment is primarily focused on Cub Scout packs and Scouts BSA troops. It allows for Cubs to participate beyond the school year with programs that your pack can do throughout the summer. And we're going to talk about that briefly in just a couple of moments. The other thing is when it comes to Scout BSA troops, stronger troops equal increased summer camp attendance. Now, whether your troop goes to one of our camps or goes to a different camp, we're of the belief that the summer camp experience is a vital part of anybody's Scouts BSA experience. So we want to make sure we can allow them that opportunity. And also, it's a basic understanding that more Scouts equals access to more adult volunteers. So we want to focus on spring recruitment to try and strengthen our troops and our packs and get them ready for the summer and the fall. And at the same time, possibly get some adults in place to be able to take up some of those key roles within those units. With regard to venturing and sea scouting, we are working on not only strengthening the existing crews and ships, but we're also looking at a regionalized crew format that's going to allow for crews to be regionally placed throughout the Mayflower Council. The other focus this year, and something new, is we are going to be promoting our exploring program a little bit more. If you don't know what exploring is available for youth ages 15 to 21, and it's vocational. So it's aligned with a particular vocation. For example, our two existing Explorer posts here in the Mayflower Council are aligned with fire departments, and the kids that are in those programs actually get experience in the firefighting field that will help them when they go to the firefighting academy. We are actually looking to implement our career survey. National has a career survey that we can use. It allows us to gauge in a certain area if there's a particular vocation that's of interest to kids. And then what our team is going to do is go into the community and try to start a Explorer post aligned with that particular vocation. We are looking to put a post somewhere in either Cranberry Harbors or the Sachem districts this year. And we are going to be starting that work in the next couple of months. So that you understand the overview, let's talk about how we're going to approach spring recruitment this year. There are a couple of different ways we're going to do this. And one of them is something that kind of goes hand in hand with scouting, in my opinion, in your community, and that is showing off your community presence. We need to show off more and portray our presence in our communities beyond showing up at parades and doing things like popcorn sales. So we have a couple of concepts that we're going to introduce in a few minutes that do just that within your communities. Then there is the event-based recruitment that you're used to, things featuring natural friend activities where prospective scouts can be in a casual environment with other scouts and make new friends and learn about scouting and join a particular unit. Important aspects for this year include the ever popular Webelos to Scout transitions, which we are on the cusp of starting, and we're going to talk about that. Currently this year, as of, I believe it was November 30th was the last count we had approximately 600 registered Webelos scouts who are in 5th grade. So there's a lot of crossover potential right there, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. We are also going to talk about re-energizing and re-engaging scouts who might have dropped out of the program over the past year or two, and we want to help bring them back if we can. So we're going to make it easy for your unit as part of spring recruitment to be able to do that. As I said before, the most popular way to recruit is peer-to-peer recruitment, friends helping friends, and we have a program that's going to be based on that. And again, we do have our ongoing focus on scouting to venturing transitions, not only to develop our regionalized venturing program, but to also build stronger crews and promote the program as something that isn't just where older scouts go once they achieve Eagle, or older scouts go when they're about to turn 18. We want to try and implement and introduce this program to the public in a manner where it's perceived as a high adventure program where kids can go and they can actually have some experiences similar to scouting, but in a more in a older environment for more of a mature age group. So let's dig in, shall we? The first one we're going to talk about is coming up next month, and it is Scout Sabbath and Scout Sunday, which is scheduled for February 11th and February 12th. However, and I want to emphasize this, if your religious institution would like to do it in conjunction with you on a different weekend in February, have at it. And a couple of ways that you can show off your community presence for Scout Sabbath or Scout Sunday. The easiest one is to encourage your scouts to wear their uniform to service. It's the best way to show off that they're a scout. The second way is attend your particular services as a unit. There are some units in the Mayflower Council that are actually all planning to going to one religious service as a full unit in uniform. What better way to show off our duty to God commitment by showing up to church or temple or whatever your service is and have your entire pack or troop there being part of that service. And the third thing when it comes to Scout Sabbath and Scout Sunday is if your unit's chartered organization is a religious institution, maybe work with them on hosting an open house after one of the services and invite the community to come be a part of it. This is a great way to show off scouting and a potential way to pick up some new scouts. If that's something you're working on, please feel free to reach out to me and I'll be glad to assist you with marketing materials or membership materials, that will help you do that. So that's Scout Sabbath and Scout Sunday in a nutshell. The next item we're going to talk about is Webelos to Scout transitions. As I said earlier, there's approximately 600 second-year Webelos Scouts that are currently registered, and believe it or not, 10% are girls. So we want to talk a little bit about Webelos to Scout transitions, but I would be remiss in reminding everybody that about a year ago, I actually hosted a Webelos to Scout transition success workshop that if you need a brush up, if you need a little more information, or better yet, you need some ideas on successful Webelos to Scout transitions, scan that QR code and you can actually watch that. Don't watch that now though, watch that later. Maybe take a screenshot. But to give you a summary of where things should be at right now, I want to talk briefly about what the Cub Pack's responsibilities and things that they should be doing would be, and then focus on also the Scouts BSA troops. So let's dig in there. As far as Cub Scout Packs goes, some of the things that should be happening right now is having the Webelos and their parents visit a troop meeting and conduct a recruitment meeting orientation for the parents of prospective scouts. Invite the troops in. There's something else I do want to bring up real quick, and it's not written here, but I do want to discuss it real quick. If your community has more than one scout troop, allow all the scout troops to be able to have the opportunity to meet the scouts, especially the Webelos. It is in essence, at the end of the day, I don't want to say the duty or the obligation. It is the decision of the Webelos scout and their family about where they're going to cross over to at the end of the day. So if there are multiple opportunities in your community for them to be able to cross over, let them at least have the opportunity to meet those particular units. It is incumbent on the scout troop to sell that experience to the family. But at the end of the day, let's give them options. At the end of the day, the concern should be that they stay in scouting in a unit where they're going to have success and thrive. The other thing when it comes to Cub Scout Packs is they should be planning and conducting an Arrow of Light ceremony as well as a crossover ceremony. Some of the literature provided by National recommends the Blue and Gold Banquet, but discussions I've had all throughout the council is sometimes crossovers take place at the end of May. So feel free to have that particular crossover and graduate those Webelos over to a new troop. Invite the Scouts BSA troop to assist the pack. Even after the Webelos have crossed over, it's always nice for them to come back. But make sure you're inviting the BSA troop to assist the pack with things like your Pinewood Derby, or maybe helping out with things like the Blue and Gold Banquet, or maybe anything else you have planned this spring, maybe your spring recruitment. It's a great opportunity, not only for your Webelos to still have that connection with their pack, but at the same time, to kind of align packs and troops and get people used to one another. Also, packs should be working closely with new scouts and parents even after the crossover to ensure that their needs have been met and that their move over to Scouts BSA has been smooth and fun. On the Scouts BSA side, Scout BSA troops should also be conducting a recruitment and orientation for the parents of prospective scouts and bringing up things like what's going to happen for the rest of the year, where you go into summer camp and prep them for summer camp. They should also be in attendance, obviously, at the Hour of Light ceremony and the crossover ceremony. They should get the new scouts actively involved with the troop through troop activities as soon as they cross over. And they should also take an opportunity to recruit the parents and have an opportunity to bring them in to the troop as maybe an assistant scoutmaster or maybe on a committee, or even just having them come out and help out on a camp out. And the last big thing that is really important, and we're going to emphasize this a couple of times in this section, it's important that troops work on rank advancement with the new scouts and prep them for summer camp. As I said before, we do discuss this in our Webelos to Scout Transitions Unit Success Workshop. If you didn't get that QR code, please feel free to scan this page or take a picture of this page, and that'll guide you there, or you can drop me an email and I'll be happy to send that out to you as well. A couple of important notes when it comes to Webelos to Scout Transitions. The first one is really important for all the Cub Packs. The Cub Pack is the unit that will initiate the transfer through Application Manager of any scouts who are crossing over to a Scouts BSA troop. And it is highly recommended that as soon as that crossover is complete, that they initiate that transfer so that that scout is properly registered with the troop and properly covered by BSA insurance. If your pack has girls who are going to be crossing over, the council can provide you with a list of area Scouts BSA girls troops for them to cross over to. Simply email us and we'll be glad to send it over to you. And lastly, and I emphasized this already, Scouts BSA troops should begin to involve scouts who cross over as soon as possible to keep them engaged and excited about continuing their scout journey. And as a council-wide goal this year, we have made it our goal to cross over 75%, or about 450 of those 600 Webelos second year that are currently registered in the council. Let's talk about some fun event for recruitment, shall we? I'm really excited about this one. If you are a Scouts BSA troop, sit tight. I got some fun stuff for you. But if you are a Cub Pack, we have an exciting program this year called Scoops for Scouting, where Cub Scout packs will recruit using a natural friend activity by hosting an ice cream social to invite prospective scouts to attend, learn more about the pack, and sign up. Sound good? Here's the best part. Free ice cream for your pack to do this. If you choose to participate in this, the ice cream's being provided. The materials are being provided for you. We're going to be hooking you up with that stuff. So it's an incentive for you to just do it because there's not really a lot of big out-of-pocket costs when it comes to that. Well, let's talk about some of the specific program information that's really important. To participate in this program, packs must have a monthly activity planned for July and August in order to participate. It doesn't make sense for us to do a spring recruitment program and then have them join in April and May only to have 1 or 2 meetings and then have the summer off. We risk losing them and their engagement in the program. So to have one monthly activity each month in July and August is required to participate in Scoops for Scouting. Additionally, participating packs will attend and complete specific council-hosted workshops in order to receive the swag and the free ice cream. Packs will plan and host an ice cream social and invite prospective Cub Scouts and their families to attend to learn more about the pack in an effort to have them join. And the ice cream socials can be a substitute for your monthly meeting or held as a separate event. And the way it all works is real simple. You're going to empower your den leaders to work with the members of each den and spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes at each meeting coming up with a guest list. And that guest list, the den leader and the pack leadership are going to use to invite these kids and their families to come to the ice cream social. Additionally, each pack is going to be given a list of drop scouts from their community and their unit to reach out to in an effort to try and see if you can bring them back. Pack leadership will create a Google form, which is free, and that's where your RSVPs are going to go. Additionally, you're going to promote it on social media to try and spread the word in your community that you're having a really cool ice cream social event and bring the kids on down to learn about about the Cub Scout pack. And on the evening event, the pack's going to have some activities planned for the kids and host the ice cream social. At the end of the ice cream social, it's obviously our goal that you're going to recruit some new scouts. And each new scout that joins at your ice cream social is going to get a Scoops for Scouting drawstring backpack. Additionally, the top 3 packs throughout the council that recruit as part of this campaign, they are going to receive a free cabin night at one of our camps, subject to availability. So you can see, not only are we giving you free ice cream, but we're giving the scouts who come an incentive to join because you're giving them a free gift when they join. And you've got a little competition going on and the opportunity to go camping on an overnight at one of our camps. Again, subject to availability. Some important dates you need to know about. The deadline to submit your pack for a Scoops for Scouting party is going to be on March 1st. So you've got some time to sit down with your community, your committee, and pick your party date, and then also plan those events for July and August. The deadline to complete the required unit success workshops to help out is going to be March 20th. The materials will be in your hands no later than March 31st, and the recommended party dates are going to, what we're recommending is April and May. But if you decide you want to get ahead of the game and you want to do this in March, we will work with you on getting your materials sooner. You just need to let us know. And the easiest way to sign on up is real simple. You ready for this? We put a QR code in here. But again, you can also email us and let us know, and we'll send you out the form. So we also have another way for Cub Packs to recruit. Now, I'm going to get to that in a few minutes, but I want to talk to our veteran crews and our Scouts BSA troops because we do have an awesome program for them this spring as well. This one is called Buddy Up. Buddy Up is one of the big things you hear when it comes to Scouts BSA, especially if you go to summer camping, you go swimming, you have to have your swimming buddy, or you're going to go to a particular, on a hike. You can't go alone. You got to have a buddy at minimum. So we want you to buddy up and bring in new friends to join your Scouts BSA or venturing crew this spring. Troops and crews are going to host a buddy up night where they're going to have refreshments and activities where the Scouts and venturers can invite a buddy to come on down and learn more about the pack. The troop or the crew. And by bringing a buddy to a casual scouting activity, it provides them with an opportunity to experience the troop or crew in a fun and relaxed setting. So what can your buddy up night be? It could be, believe it or not, we don't want it to be a meeting. We don't want you to invite somebody to a meeting because everybody's in uniform and they're the only one out there and it's a little awkward. So we want it to be fun and relaxed, right? So it could be a cookout. It could be a troop outing. It could be a camp out. Maybe you have a movie night. Maybe your entire troop is going bowling. There's one troop last year that did community service and then had pizza. And then they actually brought in crazy axes out of Hanover they have a portable axe throwing thing. And they actually did axe throwing. You could do a game night, or you could throw your own pizza or refreshment party to enhance your buddy up night. So the way it all works, it's going to sound vaguely similar if you took slices for scouting, but it's also going to sound vaguely similar to what we just talked about. Scouts BSA troops and crews, I should have put that in there. Veteran crews will pick a day for their buddy up recruitment event. Leaders will work with each member of the unit to develop a guest list of a minimum of 2 non-scout friends to attend and send invites to. Additionally, each unit will be given a list of drop scouts to attempt to re-engage. The troop leadership will create the Google form and promote on social media to solicit RSVPs. And the troop or the crew will host the event and invite prospective new members to join. So here's the cool thing. When the buddy joins, the scout or the venturing crew participant and their buddy are each going to receive a $10 gift card to Dave & Buster's. And the top 3 crews or troops that recruit the most new scouts or venturers as part of Buddy Up this spring will receive a free weekend cabin at one of our camps, once again, subject to availability. So I'll let you take that all in, but there are some important dates when it comes to this that I want to let everybody know about. The first one is the deadline to submit your troop for Buddy Up or your crew for Buddy Up is February 28th. The unit success workshops should be completed by March 15th. We will give you your materials within 3 weeks of your Buddy Up event. And the recommended dates, you can start as early as February if you want, but we're recommending anywhere between March 1st and May 31st. And if you want to get in on this, real easy. Check this out. There's another QR code. Scan it and you'll be able to sign up. Okay. So we've covered a lot of ground tonight in about 30 minutes, but I want to talk about one more thing. And this one more thing bounces back to what we talked about in the beginning, but this also can work hand in hand with your event-based recruitment, whether you are a Cub Pack, a Scouts BSA troop, or a venturing crew. Another community presence initiative that we're introducing this spring is the concept of a community campfire. Sometime between April or May of this year is when we're recommending that this take place. And what the concept here is real simple. We'll talk about the concept, but this can be used as part of introducing your Webelos over to your new scout troop, or to build certain camaraderie between units within your community, or you can use this as a joint recruitment event for your Cub Scout Pack and your Scouts BSA troop. It's a combined event because we want, at minimum, packs and troops and crews when available to be able to invite the community in and allow attendees to experience one of the most popular aspects of any scout outing. It's always the community camp. It's always the campfire, right? So let's let the community in to experience it. And part of this concept is allowing the troops and the crews in the pack and troop leadership the ability to put on the skits and the sing-alongs. And one of the things we're going to recommend as part of this is for units that are participating to have refreshments available and recruitment materials available as well. So this is a really great way for us to show off to our community one of the most fun things that we do. And you can do it in your own community in conjunction with some of the other units in your town or community for that matter. We do want to emphasize, though, you can do this on your own if you are a pack or a troop. But one of our big motives on this is to maybe do a little bit more networking between packs and troops and allow that working together idea to kind of be present in this concept. So we do have some support materials available beyond some of the stuff we've already talked about, okay? Including a list of songs and skits that you can put on as part of this campfire. We can put also together for you a recommended format about how this is going to go. If you're doing recruitment, which we hope you would be as part of this, we can lend you one of the council Wi-Fi hotspots so that you have internet access and you can bring a tablet and really simple, be able to do those online applications right there. And we can help you with promotional ideas and social media ideas, whether it's within your community. Maybe you want to reach out to the local cable access studio and you don't know how, or better yet, maybe you want to see and get bold and see about maybe getting one of the Boston TV stations to come out and check this out. We can help you with some of that. We're glad to do so. That's obviously in addition to some of the other materials that we can offer you, such as the flyers and posters, the buddy cards, the giant Jenga, et cetera, et cetera. And if you want to do the community campfire, that would just be a community event. You could just use that form right there to be able, to let me know that you're doing one. We want to know that you're doing these for a couple of reasons. One of the big reasons being is we want to help you be successful. So whatever resources we have on the council level that will help you, we want to partner with you to help make that possible. Okay. So with that being said, that covers our spring recruitment tonight and the ideas we had. I do want to remind you once again that Saturday, September 9th, 2023, Joint Scouting Day. Mark your calendars right now and get ready. We're going to be getting information out there. And I know we threw a lot of information at you tonight. So on the screen right now, if you missed the QR code, if you've got an idea about some way to make something a little bit better, or maybe you're planning on doing a bunch of these and you want to let us know about it or ask about resources, please feel free to email me, robd@mayflowerbsa.org.